Back at it again. Haiti Economic News Show, Monday to Friday, bringing you news that's going to keep you informed, engaged, and reacting in the most optimal way for your business, investment, and entrepreneurial activity. Let's get into it. Today is the 14th of March. So, interesting news that's hitting close to home, particularly, right? Natcom employees are on strike. What? Yeah, I heard this just yesterday when I experienced a whole day, more than a day now, I think a day and a half, going on 2-3 days, I think, where my Natcom internet, I use Natcom fiber, hasn't been working, right? I've been hearing across the country in Kafu, in Tapa, even Jacmel. Jacmel's been going on almost a week. I've heard where their fiber hasn't been functioning. Other parts of the country are also suffering. And it's not just the internet access, the fiber. We also have, I know folks, have an employee here who has Natcom cell phone service, and that's currently being affected as well, right? They can't receive and send calls right now. And so I didn't quite put two and two together because I had that going on, and then yesterday with the Facebook and IG going down, I was like, man, what is going on with everything? And so it wasn't until we found out about Facebook, the news articles coming out on that, and then me hearing about Natcom, I realized, okay, well, it wasn't anything unique to my area. It was just something going on, generally. And so the strike is occurring. The employees want 15 to 20% increase in wages, right? The Natcom company officials have only offered 1,000 good. Now what is 1,000 good? 1,000 good in today's exchange rate as of today, which is 80 good per US dollar, amounts to a $12.50 raise. A little bit insulting, I think. And this is just per month, right? And so, speaking and through my sources and the folks I've had a chance to speak to really get to the heart of the issue, one of the things really adding fuel to this fire is the fact that you have Vietnamese, and let me back up. So Natcom is one of two big internet service providers, but also one of two big cell phone providers in the country. It's Natcom and Digicel for cell phone telephony, and for internet, it's really Natcom and Access IoT, right? And so what's unique about Natcom, these other companies are purely privately owned. Natcom is a partnership between the Haitian government and the Vietnamese government, okay? And so you have a lot of Vietnamese employees coming over and working at Natcom. The thing though is that there's a huge wage gap between the Natcom employees who are Haitian nationals and the Vietnamese employees who are coming over, and we're talking about a pretty big gap. Not only are we talking about 3 to 4 to 5 times a wage increase, but on top of that, the Vietnamese employees are getting paid in dollars, while the Haitian employees are contractually bound and stuck getting paid in Haitian good. And as we know, the Haitian good has been decreasing in value month to month, and on top of not even talking about just general inflation that's occurring, even if the dollar, the good was to stay consistent. So when you see that and you're doing the same work, these Vietnamese employees, they're the Haitian national, they're doing the same work as the Vietnamese employee. It's not fair, and I get it. It's not fair that you're doing the same work, but yet the guy next to you is getting paid 3 to 4 times more. And so the strike is really trying to get at the heart of one of the demands that I've heard is, let's provide more equitable pay. If these Vietnamese folks are coming over, let's see if let's do something about how different they're getting paid, and if they're valued that much for the same work, why can't we get paid nearly that much? So I get it. In 2014 there was a strike very similar to this. Didn't end so well. The initiators of that strike were let go. Much of the demands fell on deaf ears. Is that going to happen this time? We will see. What I can tell you though is that there's a lot of businesses being affected. My own business has been affected. Right? So let's jump into the analysis component of this news story, because it gets to the heart of how my business has been affected and how I've been dealing with it. It's been not as bad, because the thing I advise anybody who's in the space of dealing with clients from abroad, like my business is, right? It's very internationally focused, is that I have both. I have Access IT in my office, and I have Natcom in my office, and both are about the same in terms of data. Though my Access IT is my primary driver, so it has a higher subscription, plan, a higher plan, and Natcom has a more basic plan. And Natcom was my backup, and so I can tell you, I'm not necessarily being too affected too much, but it's still unnerving to know I don't have a secondary source right now if something were to go down for whatever reason with Access IT. Now I can tell you it's not so cost effective for everybody, because you have to pay for two different plans. And internet in Haiti, and I have an episode about internet in Haiti, so do take a look at it. We'll include the link at the top. It's not the most cost effective, right? I'm paying for Natcom, I'm paying $100, around $100 per month. For Access Haiti, I'm paying double that, close to $250 or somewhere around that. And bear in mind, both these data rates, download and upload, are fractions of what you would get in the States. For Natcom, for example, for $100 is getting me only about officially 4 to 5 megabytes down, and perhaps 1 or 2 megabytes up or something like that. Access Haiti, I'm getting about 10 or so megabytes down, and similarly 1 to 2 megabytes up. Versus the States, you can get for $50, you get 75 megabytes up and 10 megabytes down, right? And so I think I have it switched down. I think it's the 75 down and then 10 up, right? The smaller number is the upload speed. And so when you have those sort of disparities, and then I'm telling you, you, Mr. Entrepreneur Investor, make sure that you go out your way to have both. It's certainly not easy, but that is really what you have to do to ensure that your service doesn't get disrupted. Of course, if you can go around not having it, there's other alternatives. For example, you can have one fiber service, and then you can have a 4G service. That's actually, I have 3 styles in my office. That's how important internet access here is important for us. And so I have actually a 4G contract with Access IT, and so this way, if both fibers end up being down, I have at least a 4G box that can give us some level of coverage while we're waiting for a technician to come over. So that's something, and the 4G is a slightly more cost effective than the rest, right? So that's the analysis. If you like what you're hearing and you like what we're talking about every single day, make it a point, give it a like. If you want to stay informed as we drop videos, hit a subscription, right? And just remember, we're back at it every day, Monday to Friday, all right? And until we're back at it again, we'll be back at it again.